Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttradesolutions.com on a Friday. This is the 13th of September. Yeah, pretty volatile week, but ending up at a lot of the indexes coming into resistance, and all the mega all the mega caps, the magnificent 6, 7, whatever you want to call them, all at resistance. Let's get right into the charts. Again, I have a class coming up. I'll be sending out some information on that coming up here pertaining to, what are the best assets and strategies as the economy clearly is starting to slow down. That's why the Fed's going to ease and so forth. I'll be making an announcement on that. We will put the link up today. If you want to sign up for that, I'm going to limit it to 30 participants. So anyways, it's a free class, so sign up for that. Let's get right into the charts. The S&P cash is going to make a new high. I want to start with that real quick. We are very close to only about 40 points away. This is the cash, by the way. This is not the futures. Remember, futures are tracking the cash, and there's a little divergence. There's a little discrepancy between the cash and the futures because of the rollover and the premiums and the discounts that come with the futures markets. The futures markets have that 56.66 level. That's been huge resistance still on the futures. And today was just kind of a churn. We had a huge reversal, as everybody knows, on the CPI number last Wednesday, basically taking us right back to this level here. Never came down to any substance levels here. And, as of today, just kind of been churning here. It's just been meandering higher, really, with the tech, a lot of the tech mega caps picking up. However, the Nasdaq still lagging big time relative to its high. With the S&P cash almost at an all-time high, this thing is way not even close. And even today, just real quick here on NVIDIA, that thing's sitting right at resistance, and it churned all day today. So all it did, it came down to demand, rallied up to supply, and it's been hanging in there. There's still, 131, all-time highs 140. And so all this excitement over AI and this recovery still is not translated into some of these mega caps actually making new highs. So there's still this potential for NVIDIA to come all the way back down again. And that obviously puts the NASDAQ futures in jeopardy to fall back down. However, if here's the resistance on the NASDAQ futures, 961.91. There's nothing above that until you get up much higher and lower. So we're kind of in no man's land with regards to the NASDAQ. The Dow probably makes a new high along with the S&P. So that's been big whippy moves all over the map. Russell's starting to pick up a little bit. We'll see if that continues going higher or just kind of churns as well. Interesting, Bitcoin did catch a little bit of a bid. There's a gap to fill at 62K on Bitcoin. VIX probably goes back down to 15, and that could be the setup for another short, because if we continue with this premise of a big range between 15 and 20 now, the higher volatility range, that means 15 is the lower end. We'll see what happens with that. Rates dead in the water, not a lot going on. You can see just chopping around. I thought maybe the CPI would move them, but clearly that did not happen. The dollar looks like it's also forming a range between 150 and 108, 101.8. You can clearly see the two lines there. Whether we break out, that's going to be an interesting situation as well. Yen also in a very critical level with the yen sitting at 140. That's looking at the big chart of the yen with the Bank of Japan coming out next week. That's going to be a very critical level. And then gold, obviously everybody knows gold just made a new high, which I've been talking about, and we'll see how high it goes. And there's obviously no shorts in gold, but it does tend to be a reverting kind of asset where it makes a new high and then pulls back really hard. Whether this is the case today or this go around, it's going to be an interesting situation. Oil similarly kind of trying to put in a bottom, but nothing going on. And then nat gas simply came up to the resistance. If you look at nat gas futures, contract specific, right up to the resistance and fell right back down again. So nat gas could be basing out here. You can see it came right up to 240 MBTU, right back down again. If it starts basing, it could be setting up for a potential, break. But for now, it's same old, same old. Obviously, if you caught a move from 2 to 240, that would be okay. But that is what's going on. On the grain markets, very quickly, we've got wheat starting to, the grain's all starting to shape up again. No follow through, still in the making here. There's no conclusive, definitive breakouts yet, but they're starting to build some type of a bottoming process. And bottoming is a process; it's never just that one thing. And then on the stock market, semis. One last thing on the stock market: semiconductors, similar to what I talked about with Nvidia, made a nice recovery this week, but I'm not convinced that it's we still got to take out on the SMH, which is the semiconductor index. We still got to take out 251. This is basically could be a setup where you've got a lower high and then a lower low here. But this is going to be worth watching next week and see if this is the real deal or it's just another fake out with everybody hyped up about semiconductors again. Okay. All right. Have a great weekend. I have the class coming up. Sign up for the newsletter and give me a thumbs up, put some commentary in the chat, and have a great weekend. Take care.